I know a married man and father of two who bought a 21-room motel near Denver many years ago in order to become its resident voyeur. With the assistance of his wife, he cut rectangular holes measuring 6 by 14 inches in the ceilings of more than a dozen rooms. Then he covered the openings with louvered aluminum screens that looked like ventilation grills, but were actually observation vents that allowed him, while he knelt in the attic, to see his guests in the rooms below. He watched them for decades, while keeping an exhaustive written record of what he saw and heard. Never once, during all those years, was he caught. I first became aware of this man after receiving a handwritten special delivery letter without a signature, dated January 7th, 1980, at my house in New York. It began, "Dear Mr. Talese, since learning of your long-awaited study of coast-to-coast sex in America, which will be included in your soon-to-be-published book, Thy Neighbor's Wife, I feel I have important information that I could contribute to its contents or to contents of a future book." He then described the motel he had owned for more than 10 years. The reason for purchasing this motel was to satisfy my voyeuristic tendencies and a compelling interest in all phases of how people conduct their lives, both socially and sexually. I did this purely out of my unlimited curiosity about people, and not as just a deranged voyeur. He explained that he had logged an accurate record of the majority of the individuals that I watched, and compiled interesting statistics on each. That is, what was done, what was said, their individual characteristics, age and body type, part of the country from where they came, and their sexual behavior. These individuals were from every walk of life. The businessman who takes his secretary to a motel during the noon hour, which is generally classified as hot sheet trade in the motel business. Married couples traveling from state to state, either on business or vacation. Couples who aren't married, but live together. Wives who cheat on their husbands and vice versa. Lesbianism, of which I made a particular study. Homosexuality, of which I had little interest, but still watched to determine motivation and procedure. The 70s, later part, brought another sexual deviation forward, namely group sex, which I took great interest in watching. I have seen most human emotions in all their humor and tragedy carried to completion. Sexually, I have witnessed, observed, and studied the best firsthand, unrehearsed, non-laboratory sex between couples, and most other conceivable sex deviations during these past 15 years. My main objective in wanting to provide you with this confidential information is the belief that it could be valuable to people in general, and sex researchers in particular. He went on to say that although he had been wanting to tell his story, he was not talented enough as a writer and had fears of being discovered. He then invited me to correspond with him in care of a post office box and suggested that I come to Colorado to inspect his motel operation. Presently, I cannot reveal my identity because of my business interests, but it will be revealed when you can assure me that this information would be held in complete confidence.